You're watching First Alert 7 News at 9 on the CW and live on YouTube with Lauren Munt and weather with Tom Tiefertiller.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for First Alert 7 News on the CW, and thanks to those of you joining us live on our YouTube. I'm Lauren Munt, and topping our news tonight is a story we've been covering for a little while. After more than a week of grieving, the Perkins family is now navigating the profound heartbreak of losing 3 children. They're twins, Jackie and Jaden Jurado Perkins, along with their younger sister, Nautica Carrasco. Tragically, they lost their lives in a devastating head-on collision that happened November 20th. Today, Sunset Memorial hosted a visitation service to honor their memory, and First Alert 7 was invited to attend. First, we're going to hear from Isabella Garriga. Isabella?
I want to first begin by expressing my gratitude to the family for allowing us to be part of this personal moment and to honor the beautiful lives that were taken far too soon. Today's gathering was filled with supporters, friends, family, and an extended network of love that included siblings, co-workers, teammates, best friends, and so many others whose lives these children touched. They were more than just individuals. They were a source of light and joy to a community that cherished them.
You can't live without love or support, and they've got a bunch of it, and we're going to get them through it.
One co-worker who also considers the Perkins family his own is someone many here in West Texas recognize, Sheriff Mike Griffiths. He paints a vivid picture of today's visitation.
If you walk into the chapel, I've never seen so many flowers in my life anywhere. The room is packed, every pew is full, the parking lot's full, you got to search and drive around looking for a parking place. I mean, it's obvious this is a well-loved, well-respected family. Caskets were customized, and there's so many pictures of the kids and the family, which shows how close-knit they were. Just an amazing, sweet, nice, hardworking, dedicated, committed family.
The Perkins family has been a part of the Ector County Sheriff's Office for almost 50 years. Heather Perkins, the kid's mother, is in her 23rd year at ECSO. She passed along not only her athleticism to her children, but also her love for life.
I've known Heather longer than that. She used to play on a women's softball team that I coached, and so I know where the kids got their athletic ability because she was an athlete.
If you've met Heather, you love her. You can't help but love her. She's just loud and just full of life and love.
And the same can be said for Jackie Perkins, the children's grandfather, who played a big role in their lives.
Jackie was such an influence on those kids, and because he was having influence on his own kids, and Heather carried that on. I mean, those kids, all her kids are her life.
One of the finest men I've ever known. Honest to a fault and well respected.
While this time is difficult for everyone involved, the Sheriff's Office has a special message for the friends, teammates, and classmates of the children.
You have to lean on that faith. You lean on faith, lean on the love and support of those around you, and they help you get through that. If any of those kids out there need some help, shoot, they can come over to the Sheriff's Office, and we'll talk to them all day long if they need something to talk about.
And as the community rallies around the Perkins family, the Sheriff's Office is grateful for the outpouring of love and support, and they hope it doesn't, and know it won't, stop anytime soon.
I appreciate the support of the community, everybody that's called, written sweet notes, called us, offering their assistance, their help, many companies, organizations. I mean, it's just amazing. We live in the best place in the world, and I appreciate everybody.
Today was a challenging and emotional day for the Buena Vista community and beyond. While the visitation was a heartfelt and beautiful tribute, it marks just one step in a long journey of grief for friends and family.
That's right. Tomorrow they'll go through the completely unimaginable as these beloved children are finally laid to rest. And law enforcement is asking for community support and respect as they lead a procession throughout town.
We're going to have a procession tomorrow, probably a couple of them. It's going to be a long procession. We're going to have the help, obviously, of a couple of different agencies to help us because there's not enough of us to make it happen.
Tomorrow, Jackie, Jaden, and Nautica are going to be driven to their final resting place. They'll be surrounded by family, friends, and local law enforcement.
once it was learned that it was one of our lieutenant's children. I got a call from the chief of the Highway Patrol, State Highway Patrol. I got a call from crash team lieutenant. I got calls from all over the state, agency heads, emails, phone calls, offering help of any kind, any assistance they may offer.
The Perkins family has a long-standing history of serving in local law enforcement, which is why many first responders are riding alongside Jackie, Jaden, and Nautica.
The support in Ector County has always been there for the sheriff's office and for law enforcement overall.
My words can't express my appreciation for all those folks.
As these loved ones grieve,
There's people hurting, crying, devastated because somebody that's gone. They'll never see them again.
drivers are encouraged to show respect by pulling over.
People get caught in funeral processions all the time here in the city or wherever, and it really makes me upset and mad when people will not pull over. Just pull over, out of the way, and be respectful.
It's a common courtesy that many tend to forget or choose to ignore because they're desperate to get somewhere.
Those folks on the side of the road will get there when they need to get there, but we're going to get this family to that church and back to the cemetery.
The funeral procession will travel down Highway 80, first to a church for a memorial service, then back to the funeral home.
Ask everybody, just be patient, please be respectful, and keep this family, those students, in your thoughts and prayers.
First Alert 7 has been invited to attend tomorrow's funeral, and it's an honor that we don't take lightly. So please join us as we continue to support a family that desperately needs it. It was beautiful weather for that service today. They've got the funeral tomorrow. Tom, how's the weather looking?
Yes, we are going to be looking at, again, some great weather out there across the area as things look to be very seasonal. Here's your first alert showing you that we are going to be looking at chilly mornings on the way, but good travel weather, good football watching weather coming up this weekend. Big slate of games on First Alert 7 coming up for your Saturday. And then we'll see some milder conditions in our forecast next week. Here's a look at some of the numbers. We're going to go through the weekend into the early part of next week. There's going to be a couple of weak fronts move through the area, but nothing too drastic. The cold air really doesn't arrive until Monday, so temperatures look not too bad coming up this weekend. If you are traveling across the state, things are going to be A-OK as we look at temperatures right now. They are on the mild side, or I should say the chilly side out there, into the mid to upper 40s at the present time, but 40 in Andrews, 49 down towards Fort Stockton, as we are looking at, again, relatively light winds. So another cold one overnight tonight, not a freeze, but we should be down into the mid 30s to wake up to coming up on Saturday.
Thank you, Tom. Those chilly temperatures did not stop anyone from waiting in lines for Black Friday. There's a lot of people that were up at 5 a.m. and First Alert 7's Rachel Fortunato was one of them. She's got more from the busiest store in town.
I spent Black Friday morning here at Golden Deals where every item was only $10. People were lining up outside of Golden Deals since last night.
So we've been out here since like around 7:38ish. We were like third, fourth in line.
By this morning, there were hundreds of people wrapped around the building. Even the cold weather couldn't stop them.
It was kind of astonishing.
Most were hoping to get a great deal on expensive electronics.
Just any electronics. I know they have TVs, tablets, AirPods, phones. I mean, any of that would be cool.
We were here trying to find an iPhone for one of my friends.
Well, the goal is to try to find an iPad, keyboard, like good technology for a good price.
When doors opened at 6 a.m., people were ushered in with the sound of a bullhorn to start their treasure hunt.
I feel like the closer you are, the faster you enter, the more things you get.
Within 10 minutes, the whole line was in the store, and people were filling carts and bags with anything they could get their hands on.
I'm actually looking for Christmas gifts because Christmas is coming up and everything's very expensive. So I was like, if I can find like some Air Max headphones for $10 or an iPad for $10 is really good.
Golden Deals is new to Odessa. It opened on October 11th, so this is the first year for them to experience a flood of Black Friday shoppers. Golden Deals expects to be busy all day. For First Alert 7 News, I'm Rachel Fortunato.
Thank you, Rachel. Best Buy was also one of the few stores that had people waiting outside for them to open. And First Alert 7's Sierra Burnett was at Best Buy this morning. She tells us what most customers were looking to buy.
I arrived at Best Buy at 4:30 this morning to a parking lot of about 5 cars. Then around 5:30 a.m., shoppers started lining up outside, waiting for the doors to open at 6. A typical Black Friday morning at Best Buy consists of a rush in the morning, then peak traffic will be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Between the early hours of 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., most Best Buy shoppers were buying TVs, laptops, game consoles, and kitchen appliances.
Also this year, TVs are getting bigger every year, so the new 75 inches and above is the new TV to get.
Was that a surprise to you?
Yeah, when I first started with Best Buy, a 55-inch TV was a big TV, and now people want 100 inches.
Some specific items that are big for Best Buy during Black Friday are AirPods, iPads, PS5s, MacBooks, iPhones, and gaming desktops. The average wait time to check out was between 5 to 8 minutes. Most shoppers pre-ordered items that were waiting to be picked up.
Ever since the last, I'd say, 2-3 years, as more and more people shop online, the online deals, the order pickup, the ship to home has been a more increasing size of our business. So a lot of people don't necessarily wait in line for the doorbusters when they can just order online any time of the night.
Cyber Monday, which they now call Cyber Week, has been extended from Sunday to Monday. There will be online deals across all electronics, including those high-tech products like virtual reality items.
We have a lot of ship to home and a lot of store pickup orders, people that are shopping online. We typically see about a 10-fold increase.
If you're looking for plans this weekend, Cirque d'Italia is going to be hosting performances at the Ector County Coliseum. First Alert 7's Armando Gomez was there. He joins us with the details. Armando.
Cirque d'Italia is back in Odessa, and this is our last show of the year. They're going to be having a new production show for the community and family members to enjoy this weekend.
City urban themed show. So each act in the show is a different character that our clown, who's on a big city adventure, meets along the way.
The new show is about a farm boy swept away by a tornado, and he lands in a new city, and he has to learn how to navigate his new urban life.
And our show it's a really exciting, fun show that has a really heartfelt message, I think.
At the end of the show is a swing act that consists of a dance show and stunts.
This is our first time showcasing our city-themed water circus to our Odessa community. So we have new performers here this year, exciting new acts, world-class talent. All of our performers are from all around the world.
As the year comes to an end, Cirque d'Italia is planning to continue to perform their water circus show in different cities.
We are going to have new performers at Cirque d'Italia. We are still keeping our city-themed water circus because we only started with the city-themed water circus for only a few months. So we're just so excited to go to different cities.
Cirque d'Italia will have 3 shows tomorrow on Saturday, and they will have 2 shows on Sunday. Reporting in Odessa for First Alert 7 News, I'm Armando Gomez.
Coming up, we're going to talk about how long you can safely store your Thanksgiving leftovers. That's coming up next in your health headlines. All right, arguably one of the best parts about the Thanksgiving meal is the leftovers. Turkey, mashed potatoes, pie, all of your Thanksgiving favorites are sometimes even better the next day, but only if you properly refrigerate them as quickly as possible. Once they're in the fridge, just how long will those leftovers last?
The USDA recommends anywhere between 3 and 4 days based on how you handled all of the food when you prepared it. Were you washing your hands while you were preparing it, wiping down surfaces, preventing cross-contamination?
All right, if you're freezing leftovers, you've got a little bit more leeway. The USDA says that frozen leftovers will remain at best quality for up to 6 months. Again, that's if they're frozen. They should always be reheated to 165 and only reheated once to avoid foodborne illnesses.
Well, we still got the holiday weekend to go. There we go. And we are going to be looking at some slightly milder temperatures. We'll talk about it up next.
Now, from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, as you take a look at the weather makers, hello there. You saw me just a minute there, but anyway, I'm coming back. Here we go. There I am. Anyway, take a look at the weather makers right now. Good northwesterly flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere is bringing some cooler air to the area. Now, we are going to see some high clouds drift in overnight tonight, early into the morning hours, so not expecting freezing temperatures, but you might want to take those freeze precautions just to be on the safe side. But again, I think the clouds are going to mess that up a little bit and keep temperatures above freezing. As you can see, those streaming across right now all the way into East Texas. But travel weather, getting back on the road tomorrow, it's going to be A-OK across the state as we're seeing all the storm systems pass to our north. Now, temperatures across the state today, it was a cool Black Friday for your shopping out there. We saw temperatures into the lower to mid 50s across many locations. 62 down towards Corpus Christi, 62 in Laredo were some of the warmer spots. We topped out at 51 out at the Midland International Air and Spaceport. So again, a chilly one across the area. Futurecast, high clouds stream across tonight and again tomorrow. So we're going to see that in our forecast. But other than that, a pretty quiet day, as we'll see temperatures rebound by about 10 degrees or so with the return of a southerly wind across the area. And it looks like that's going to continue in our forecast here coming up for your Fridays. We'll see a little less in the way of high clouds. They'll still be out there, though, here and there across the area, but overall pretty quiet conditions are expected through the rest of the weekend, the holiday weekend. Maybe a few low clouds early coming up on Monday morning. Tonight, Friday night, early Saturday morning, we're going to see temperatures into the mid to upper 30s across the area. So most areas not experience a freeze, maybe over towards Eddy County in New Mexico, as we'll pick up more of a south to southwest wind. Now come around to the east and northeast tomorrow. It's not going to do a lot to our temperatures. In fact, things will warm up quite a bit, but we'll see that wind shift roll across the area later on in the day. And your first Alert 7 10-day forecast, well, a series of fronts is going to roll through. One tomorrow that's going to be a wind shift, one later on Sunday that's going to have some cooler air and make things cloudy and cool for the start of the week and the long haul to get ready for Christmas. Well, we do have some tree lightings next week. The first one's coming up in Midland on Tuesday night. We'll see some cool temperatures for it, but then we'll see things warm up a little bit more for the one in Odessa coming up on Thursday.
Up next here at 9, we've got some high school football highlights to show you that's coming up in your local sports when we come back. All right, we still have some high school football teams in the playoffs, and our very own Jensen Young went to one of those games. He's got the highlights.
It's Midland Trinity against Coram Deo starting in the second quarter. Trinity has a big deficit to overcome. Here's Jude Varner with the carry out to the right and finding a lot of space, looking to take it far, but he puts the ball on the ground, so he has to just fall on it. A couple of plays later, Varner gets a toss but sets his feet to throw. He has Gavin Dorfner caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Midland Trinity trails 35-22 going into the halftime break. Early in the third, it's fourth down. Jude Varner did it with his legs earlier on, and he tries it again this time, but he's forced to turn around and throw it for Grady Whitelaw. He does get it, but the defenders find him quickly. He tries to get it to Jaden Hoffman, but he is down on the ground. Turnover on downs. Coram Deo, they take full advantage of that turnover. Here's a toss left for Seth Wycombe. Touchdown, Lions. And then early in the fourth quarter, up by even more, Kai Hong gets a toss to the right this time. He will evade defenders, finding the end zone. Coram Deo, they win 69-22, and Midland Trinity's season comes to a close, losing in the semifinal. Jair, back to you.
And Jair will have more football highlights coming up tonight at 10, so be sure to tune in. And still ahead here at 9 o'clock, we've got another look at your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tom Teeper-Teller.
Well, before we go, we want to check that forecast once again and show you it's going to be a pretty mild weekend. Now, we got a couple of fronts on the forecast graphic there. Well, that is indicating that we are going to see a wind shift first off, and then some cooler air arrive on Sunday. It's going to make for a chilly start of next week. So looking at the tree lighting in Midland first off, that's coming up Tuesday.
It's
going to be a little on the chilly side there with highs of 57 degrees. So, you know, by the evening and once we get the tree lit and everything, that is going to be down into the lower 50s to upper 40s. So,
and if that's too cold for you to go out there, we'll be carrying that tree lighting live, both Midland and Odessa. So you can stay warm and watch it here.
Yeah, we got Odessa coming up on Thursday. My granddaughter is going to be one of the choir members there in Odessa.
Great.
So,
yeah, tune in.
Yeah,
sure.
we'll be out there for that. Weather's going to be a little warmer.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight at 9. We've got more news coming up at 10.